all are welcome. It's more than simply a list of tips in today's video. In 2026, this is a comprehensive strategy to improve your fluency. No need to worry if you're timid.
Your prior failures are irrelevant. In the absence of an English-speaking companion, it becomes moot. You can become fluent in English by 2026 if you follow the techniques I'm about to explain, slowly,
persistently, and with passion. You can't call this a quick cut. Your mind, speech, self-assurance, and everyday life are all interconnected parts of this system. To put it simply, speaking is only one aspect of learning English. Creating a new identity that is capable of interacting with the outside world is the main focus. Whether you're just starting out, a student who gets nervous when it's your turn to speak, or someone who dreams of one day working, living, or studying in a place where English is the native language, this video will provide you with all the information you need to become fluent in 2026. To add to that, watching this film will alter not just your English, but also your outlook, routines,
outlook on life in general, and, most significantly, your confidence. Simply said, becoming fluent in a second language alters your identity in profound ways.
Make sure you're a subscriber before we start. The goal of each video is to help you speak English more effectively and with more self-assurance. Right now, we can get started. Get to the bottom of the issue first. Your English is lacking. This is your space.
Most people's inability to speak English is due to incorrect environmental factors rather than a lack of brain power. There's no getting beyond that, and that is the starting point.
Picture this. You're trying to cultivate a plant in soil that's completely parched. Neither sunlight nor water is available. Is there any chance the plant will grow? No. You can say the same thing about your English. Your daily life is filled with your original language. You're constantly around people who never speak English, and you were raised with behaviors that discourage speaking. Despite this, you want to improve your fluency. So I must inquire, do you spend your entire day reading in your original language? When you attempt to speak English, are you still thinking about things in your original language? Do you not have a place to practice English while you wait for class? If so, then your lack of fluency is due to that. This is the improper soil for your growth. Get out of your current English-speaking environment. From now on, grammar isn't where fluency starts. Improving your fluency starts with adjusting your environment. Turn your phone's language settings to English. The moment you turn on your phone, immerse yourself in the English language. Your brain will be trained effortlessly by this. Brush, stroll, and cook in English. You can get by without more time. Just use regular time as you would in English. Exercising your thoughts aloud in English might help you think faster. For example, you could say something like, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm feeling sleepy today. I need to call my friend. To start your day off right.
Write a page in English. Grammar is not important. Try writing something as simple as, Today, I want to speak better English.
I feel nervous sometimes, but I'm improving. Even a little bit of writing can assist clarity your thoughts. One must think clearly in order to talk clearly. For the first 10 minutes of your morning, listen to English language audio. There is just one English video, podcast, or voice note. There is no Instagram, and there is no local language scrolling. Make English the default language for your brain. Adhere to the following affirmations. I speak clearly. I am improving every day. English is easy.
I just need to speak it. Say these phrases out loud whenever you see them written on your wall or mirror. because our brains learn best through repetition and exposure.
Our surroundings will serve as a constant reminder that we are truly serious about this today. As you immerse yourself in the English language, your brain begins to perceive it as second nature. To you, English is a foreign language at the moment. Your objective for the year 2026 is to immerse yourself in the language to the point that it becomes natural. You can create an environment where English is spoken, even if no one else does. Get up and moving. Play a brief audio clip in English. Tell me about your day in just 2 sentences as you brush your teeth.
While you're eating breakfast, take 5 minutes to watch an interview or story in English. A page in my journal detailing my goals for English language proficiency.
Get 2 minutes of recorded voicemail outlining my day in English before you turn in for the night. Less than 30 minutes total. But you'll fool yourself into thinking you're in a place where English is the native language. No need to relocate to the United States. You need to incorporate English into your daily life, routines, and ideas. Being fluent has nothing to do with intelligence. The consistency of your surroundings is key. Thus, rectify this first, and only then will we go on to talking, vocabulary, and grammar. Tell me how you use English in a day-to-day basis. If you're wondering where to begin, the answer is right now. Learning English fluently on dry soil is not possible. Everything changes when you alter your surroundings. Second, study more than simply the words. Make your lips move in harmony. It makes no difference if you memorize 10,000 words of English. You will still struggle to articulate even a simple sentence. Why? The reason being that you have not practiced speaking properly. Although you may be fluent in English, you speak your native language when you speak. This is the most significant distinction between those who comprehend the language but struggle to articulate it, and those who are able to speak it smoothly using only a limited vocabulary. Video games, literature, podcasts, memorization of new words, and rules of grammar make up the bulk of people's free time. You can improve your English comprehension with all of this, but your spoken English production will remain unaffected. Like swimming, dancing, or playing guitar, speaking requires physical ability. If you want to improve your dancing, reading dance books won't help.
Watching swimming videos won't make you a better swimmer. Just by moving your body, you can become good. People who speak English also experience this.
Knowing English does not make you a fluent speaker. When you speak fluently, it's because you move your mouth repeatedly. Everything from your mouth to your throat to the way you breathe is fine-tuned for your native tongue. Your jaw has been engaging in first language practice for quite some time. That being said, it is easy, quick, and pleasant. Yet you experience a paralysis of the mouth, hesitancy, discomfort, and an inability to establish rhythm or pronunciation while attempting to speak English. You are not to blame for that. You're not terrible at English. That's not the reason. This is due to the fact that you have not yet trained your mouth to speak English. Your muscles aren't familiar with the English language or its conventions. The weak connection between your brain and lips is the reason why your thoughts seem stuck. You need to start practicing mouth workouts daily, just as you would at the gym. That's the remedy. Rather than using written or grammar exercises, try practicing actual conversational skills. The shadowing technique. Interact verbally with the footage. If you want to improve your English pronunciation, this is a must-do activity. Select a video featuring an individual who is fluent in English. Take it easy at first. Tales, TED presentations, brief interviews. Recite a single sentence. Put it down. Pronounce the phrase aloud. Once more. Play it. Match the speaker's pace. Accent.
Emotion and rhythm when you converse with them this time. Try it out with 1-minute clips first, then 2-minute ones, and so on. For a while.
Your mouth will have trouble. There will be a noticeable slowdown in your speed. A mispronunciation is inevitable. You will grow weary. It's all right.
Like a weightlifter learning a new lift, your mouth is acquiring this new skill. The more you practice lip reading, the faster and more natural your English gets.
If you need to, repeat each sentence 5 to 10 times. There will be no racing. This is a complete change. Speed, pressure, and clarity. The 3-2-1 speaking drill.
If you struggle to talk clearly when time is of the essence, try this fluency exercise. Select a straightforward subject, as you would in real life. I might describe my morning rituals.
My go-to film, or the reasons I wish to improve my English skills. Give a 3-minute presentation on that subject. Proceed without pause or translation. Do not stop. Then, after a 2-minute break, return to the same topic. Next, repeat for another minute. Your thinking speed, clarity of speech, and structural integrity will all improve with each training session.
Initially, you may find it challenging. Words may fail you. Be careful not to repeat yourself. It's all right. Rehearse this regimen every day, and after 2 weeks, you'll feel more confident.
Speak more quickly and have fewer pauses. Here you can find the true fluency gem. Worse yet, nobody can take your place. Regular practice of self-talk. Mirror talk. Go to the bathroom mirror and practice speaking English to yourself for 5 minutes every night. Anything goes. Your day, your thoughts, your plans for tomorrow, your emotions, etc. If your English is imperfect, it is irrelevant. Repetition of words is irrelevant. You are honing the coordination of your jaw and brain. At this point, fluency starts to emerge. Make eye contact with yourself. Express yourself honestly in English. Keep your speech calm, genuine, and assured. Being able to communicate with oneself removes social anxiety,
which in turn boosts emotional confidence. Maintain a weekly recording schedule. Many students feel uncomfortable speaking out in class, yet this dread is preventing you from developing.
Pick a subject, get down on tape, and listen to your 2 or 3 minutes of English speech the following day. Look at yourself and ask, where did I stop? In what places did I use incorrect grammar? Heard my self-assuredness? Have I been understood? Becoming your own coach is achieved in this way. You are free to make your own mistakes. Your errors will be heard.
You are going to resolve them. Your voice will grow stronger with each passing week. Your speech will gradually sound more effortless. Knowing more is not the goal of fluent speech.
Pronounce more words aloud on a daily basis. Knowing all there is to know about the English language won't help you feel fluent if you keep your mouth shut.
Even with a small vocabulary, you may train your mouth in this way and experience an increase in self-assurance, focus,
and command. I call that fluency. 5 minutes of shadowing, accompanied with a little film. Reflect on your day in a short mirror discussion. A 3-2-1 drill with a basic subject. Recordings are scheduled for each Sunday. I'm done. Long hours are unnecessary for you. You need only practice moving your tongue in English every day. Grammar books can't compare to this for achieving fluency. If you want a voice like this is the way to get it. Stage 3.
Develop fluency in the brain.
Learn to think just in English. The more you rely on your home tongue for thought, the more clumsy, unnatural, and slow your English will sound. Forget words, stop between statements.
And experience nervousness whenever you talk. You'll always be mentally translating. This is why a lot of students report difficulties with speaking when they speak English. I understand English,
But I can't speak. I freeze when I have to talk. I know the sentence, but it doesn't come out. These are issues with thinking. The true conflict does not lie in the words you choose to use. You're thinking about it. When you're mentally fluent, your thoughts in English come out clearly, effortlessly, and with emotion. You are not pausing to look something up. It's not like you are changing languages. You are not having trouble expressing yourself. When you think about anything, the default voice is English. That is the experience of genuine fluency. Here I will demonstrate the precise steps to train it. Most people never learn to increase their brain fluency, regardless of how novice they are. Words, phrases, grammar, listening, and reading are the only skills taught in schools and on YouTube. However, the art of English thought is not imparted. Nobody teaches you how to retrain your brain to think in English instead of your original language. Therefore, students do all the things except practice thinking in English, which is the most important thing. They feel trapped because of that. For that reason, people will always perceive English as an alien language. That will soon change, though. The objective is straightforward: to program your mind to operate on the English language in the same way that an Android or iOS operating system would. The engine that powers your mind is your language system. Your native language is the one that your brain is now using. Now we can set up a parallel system that will allow your brain to think in English effortlessly.
I can make this happen. It has been done by millions. You will also succeed if you stick to this procedure. Learn how to think clearly, quickly, and emotionally in English with these 3 powerful tools. First tool, the English mental loop. Improve your mental agility. Their speech is fragmented. Their speech is not natural. I want to eat something good. Why? Reason being, they were never taught to finish sentences in English. We resolve this issue by utilizing thought loops. Take a short sentence and use your ideas to make it longer.
An illustration. I'm feeling tired because I didn't sleep well, and I was watching a video, and then I scrolled Instagram, and now I have to finish my work. Can you see the progression? Complete ideas, not jumbled phrases, are how you articulate them in your own tongue.
Start doing the same thing in English now. Here are some examples of daily flows. I like
coffee a lot, especially in the morning with milk, and I usually drink 2 cups before 9 a.m. Or, I don't know what to wear today. Maybe jeans or something more formal.
I think it might rain. Make sure you practice these flows for 5 minutes every day. Keep thinking and speaking without stopping, editing, or translating. As a result, your brain will begin to produce English with a more natural cadence. Second tool, translator-free zones. Make English your default language. Make it such that translation is impossible if you wish to think in English. These areas should not be translated. In brief intervals,
You force your brain to think exclusively in English. Make a commitment to yourself. For now, I will only think in English. Then,
pick 1 or 2 easy things to do every day. No matter how sluggish it is or how broken it is, begin with a modest endeavor. Flossing hair, washing off the grime,
bringing tea to the boil. Putting on clothes. A good example would be, I'm brushing this side, now the front. Okay, done.
I look sleepy. This shirt is blue. Should I wear this or something else? The habit of thinking in English is something you are developing. Incorporate additional zones after a week. The act of preparing food, cooking, going for a stroll, or waiting for a bus. At some point, you'll start to see English everywhere, and your brain will stop relying on translation as much. Third instrument, the technique of emotional connection. Link your emotions to the English language. Language associated with emotions is more easily remembered by the brain. Consider the language you were born into. Memorizing grammar rules is not how you learned it. Anger, leave me alone. Hunger, I want food. Pain, it hurts. Joy, I'm happy. These were all genuine emotions that taught you to express yourself verbally. Proceed with English in the same manner. Just how? You should begin expressing yourself verbally in English.
This is amazing when you're thrilled, and this is crap when you're angry. Want to calm yourself? Just say, I'm really tired of this. Ask yourself, why am I feeling so scared? With bravado. You may train your brain to use English with genuine emotion by saying things like, I did it. I'm proud of myself. It doesn't matter if you say it quietly in your head, or even aloud, because fluency is about more than simply grammar.
It becomes second nature at that point. Making that real-time connection between your emotions and English is the key. Choose a subject. Vision.
Nourishment. Companion. Vacation. Just for 2 minutes, think about it in English. Declare it aloud with complete conviction. Not flawless syntax, but thoughts moving freely.
Summarize 5 emotions you experienced today and explain their origins in English. For everyday tasks like brushing teeth and making tea.
Set aside 2 areas that do not require translation. I am becoming fluent. English is part of me. My brain is learning fast. Just like a mental gym. Say 3 positive affirmations like this before you go to sleep by making it a daily habit. You can train your mind to completely abandon your original language in favor of English. To be fluent, your English must not be flawless. All you need is to have self-assured, English-speaking thought processes. Thinking in English makes speaking it second nature. Words come more easily when you're thinking in English. The flow of sentences improves. A sense of certainty is achieved. Therefore, train your mouth as well. Put down the book. Prepare your mind. Develop your intuition. Learn to think and speak English like a native speaker, and you'll be able to do anything. The 4th step is to become an expert repeater. Speak from the heart rather than the head. A lot of people who study become dependent on novel sources of information. To become fluent, though, you must do the same things over and over again. These days, there's no shortage of fresh resources for improving one's English skills, such as movies, apps, grammar tricks, YouTube channels, reels, podcasts, and instructors. It seems like you're always on the lookout for a new strategy, technique, or tip. You need to feed your brain fresh information, but it's not hungry. All it wants is to be repeated, considering that your brain communicates the significance of something by repetition. Your brain registers anything as intriguing the first time it hears it. It repeats, I've heard this before, each time you hear it. Memory works like this. After 20 repetitions, you repeat aloud, Okay, this is important. I will remember this forever. Fluency operates in that way. Adding 100 new words to your vocabulary daily did not help you master your native language. You picked it up by repeating a small set of words and phrases over and over again. Reciting the words of others helped you learn. Repetition is the key to your success. A lesson should be repeated 10 times, not 10 lessons at once. According to the golden law of repetition, most people dabble in everything, but never truly master it.
So that one rule has the power to transform everything. They only need to see the video once, jot down one word, practice one sentence.
Shadow once, and then they go on to the next one. Why can't I speak clearly? They ask.
It's because the sentence hasn't fully integrated into their being just yet. You barely felt its touch. It was not yours to own. It is more effective to repeat sentences rather than individual words. Strong vocabulary is essential. Words aren't enough to convey fluency, though. It makes no difference how well you know the word opportunity if you can't put it into context. In 2026, it is important to pay attention to sentence repetition. This is a great opportunity. I don't want to miss this opportunity. She gave me an opportunity to learn. Instead of memorizing the word opportunity, practice saying and repeating these phrases. Then use them in speaking, writing, and mirror practice. Recite them 10 to 20 times each. Embed them into your process automatically. Reason being, you can speak naturally when your brain stores complete sentences. What you say is all. Compile a collection of personal sentences. Make a collection of sentences instead of simply a list of words. Jot down any impactful sentence or phrase you come across. Take a look at it daily. Read aloud just 1 or 2 sentences 20 times. Make use of them in your notebook. You can use them for mirror discussion. Include them in the audio recordings you make. This is the pathway that those sentences take into your oral pavity, memory, and system for maintaining fluency. 2 sentences per day will give you 60 fresh, usable sentences per month. Even more crucially, you will exhibit ingrained tendencies of self-assurance.
Implement an internal repetition mechanism that involves speaking 5 times. Simplify it to one sentence. I'm not comfortable with this. Say it aloud 5 times using your natural voice. I'm not comfortable with this. I'm not comfortable with this.
Say it out loud 5 times, this time with more feeling. Take in the timbre. Speak to someone as casually as you would a friend. Perform it 5 times in varying emotional states: furious, joyful, exhausted, businesslike, and informal. Put it to use in 3 made-up discussions. Create a brief paragraph utilizing it. Repetition like this is effective. Repeating this way has a transformative effect. All right, I get it. I can use it anytime. This happens after you watch a video 10 times.
All about deep learning. Pick just one English language video instead of 10. See it 10 times. Listen the first time. Take another look at the subtitles. Say the same things over. Once again, make sure to shade each sentence. Pause for the 5th time and rephrase using your own terminology. Compose a synopsis for the 6th time. Practice it 7 times in front of a mirror or another person. 8th time. Finally, share your thoughts on the subject. Put a personal spin on the video's lines for the 10th time. After the 2nd viewing, the majority of viewers would go on to another video. Now, you're not like the majority of people.
Training like a native speaker is paying off for you. Plus, native speakers take their time. They recite it at length. Keep going back to the beginning. How are you doing is a familiar phrase, but how many distinct methods are there to respond?
The following statements are basic yet effective. I'm fine. I'm okay. I've been better. Not too bad. And actually, I'm a bit stressed. There is strength in their simplicity.
Reiterating the obvious is nothing to be embarrassed of. Master speakers are made via the practice of fundamentals.
100 times more common than complicated words are expressions like, I don't know, it's okay, let me think, and that's a good point. Even native speakers use these. Recite them, internalize them, and be proud of them.
After just 1 month of strictly adhering to this step-by-step guide, you will find that your sentences flow more easily. Your self-assurance grows, not as much hesitance.
It sounds more like you. Put an end to translating. The old videos are still useful, so you don't bother looking for new ones. On top of that, you start to realize that this is not a completely alien language anymore. I embody this in some way. Deep repetition works its magic in that way.
Take 2 phrases at random from your collection of phrases. Do each 10, 20 times. Put each one to use in reflection, writing, and conversation.
Repeat 5 times a minute from a video. Put yesterday's words back into context and recite it. Do this daily without fail. The key to fluency is not to multitask more. The key is to delve farther. Learning at a deep level can only be achieved through repetition. Rapidity is not the test of fluency. Recalling a large amount of information is not the point. Achieving fluency requires internalizing a small number of strong concepts through repeated practice. Eliminate the pursuit. Achieve mastery. Do it again and again. Recite with affection. Keep on as if it were your last chance. Why? Because it produces the desired result. I didn't become fluent because I knew more. I became fluent because I repeated better. You'll reflect on your journey to fluency as 2026 comes to a close. Fifthly, get some speaking experience. You are not required to have a speaking companion. Even when you are entirely alone, you should not relocate to a nation where English is the official language.
Learning English is so easy that you won't even need a teacher or a private instructor. What you really require is a method that compels you to speak out on a daily basis.
A mentality that refuses to wait for approval, and a plan that transforms inaction into action. Those who are feeling unloved, unappreciated,
And, like the world isn't on their side, should take this action. The world isn't necessary for you, and I'm going to show you that.
You are all that's required. Because they are always waiting for someone else to correct them, most students never become competent speakers, no matter how long they study.
Everyone is waiting for something. An ideal instructor, an English-speaking environment, a job interview, a class, a companion, or even a moment that might never come to communicate with a native speaker.
And as time passes, their faith wanes a bit more. They start to sound less audible. Their aspirations extend beyond. Their assumption that I'm alone.
So I can't practice causes them to calm down, but it's just a lie. Once you grasp that concept, your path to fluency becomes boundless. Many hours of practicing alone are put in by most fluent English speakers nowadays, whether they are performing on stage or just appearing on YouTube. They may whisper in bed, talk to walls, repeat sentences while walking, or even just speak loudly to themselves in empty rooms. It was bad luck for them.
Their resolve was unwavering. Without a partner, they moved forward. One day, they were their own partner.
One of the most potent secrets to fluency is what we call mastery of solo speaking. Without a partner, intimidation, or justification, you must speak English aloud every single day.
Your private speaking universe will be built by us. Here you can develop profound fluency in English on your own. Express yourself emotionally. Practice conversations in real life, and think and speak just in English. Here are 5 strategies to help you go from a state of silence to one of fluency.
First pillar, peer-to-peer counseling. This is the most effective way to speak. If you're looking for an honest conversation companion, go no farther than your mirror.
It remains silent. It stays out of the way. Instead of correcting you, it shows your vitality, voice, fears, and development. Prone to a mirror, stand.
Meet your own gaze. Just choose one. Today, your objectives, your emotions. Continue talking for 5 minutes without making a peep. Grammar and vocabulary are not important.
Give an explanation of how it works. Anxiety spiresis is addressed. Visual feedback helps you gain confidence. Your fear of your own voice diminishes. You begin to fully embody the language.
I am not being facetious. This is a great way for public speakers, leaders, and actors to build self-assurance. The second pillar is to engage in imagined discussions every day. By doing so, you will begin to believe, I have a voice in English, and I trust it. Power in role-playing.
Make your own conversation partner if you're lonely. Your brain can fool itself into thinking someone else is talking.
All it takes is some creative thinking and purpose. Picture this, a scenario. Gathering information for an interview, placing an order, meeting up with a friend,
And checking in for an airport flight. Bring forth opposing viewpoints in the discussion. Make it audible. Take action. Put it down. Nose up. Just ask. Answer. Excuse me.
But would you like me to have milk or sugar with my large coffee? Absolutely. In addition to that, would you like 1 blueberry muffin? Very well. Your total will be $5. In this self-paced exercise, you are honing your rhythm, sentence construction, pronunciation, listening comprehension, and self-assurance. Exactly why it's effective. Preparation for real-life scenarios is what you do. Your emotional tone and reflexes can be trained. As time goes on, you get used to the typical conversation. Repeat daily, but with a different scenario each time. If you give it 30 days, you'll feel confident enough to strike up a conversation with anyone. Try-in pillar. Subject discussions. Bring your voice to life on authentic topics. Choose a subject, time yourself, get up, and talk. This is known as practicing subject talks. No one should bother to question you. Listening to you is unnecessary. Speaking is a great way to hone your organization, thoughts, and fluency. Pick a new subject every day. The utmost joy, the gravest terror, and my ideal employment, all in one. What motivates me to study English? Things that I would alter about the world. Get a 3-minute timer. Do not pause when speaking. Let me think. What I'm trying to say is perfectly acceptable English, even when you're at a loss for words. Indeed, that remains fluent. People actually talk like that. Gradually, you will come to ignore pauses. Then you won't have to fight. Your speech will take on the quality of a storyteller. A fourth pillar, keeping a voice journal.
your spoken journal for the day.
Keeping a journal in writing is fine, but keeping a journal in speech is even better. Instead of putting pen to paper every night, videotape yourself talking about your day.
Launch an app that records audio. Feel free to share your thoughts, feelings, actions, lessons learned, and areas for improvement for 2 to 5 minutes. Put the tape away.
Carry out this process nightly. Then, set aside time each week to listen to a couple of your earlier recordings.
I sound better than last week. I sound like someone who speaks English. Feeling proud is a natural reaction when you understand that this is more than just fluency training.
This will help with emotional healing. The individual whose voice you are capturing has never given up. Fifth pillar, discussions in the shadows. Make, share, and own. We can limit its usage to improving your solo fluency, even though you've seen it before. Use movies, interviews, or audiobooks narrated by native English speakers. Have a listen to a phrase. Put it down. Recite it word by word. The same tempo, rhythm, intensity, and emotion. Repetition is key until your mouth becomes proficient. A minute of video every day will do the trick. By the weekend's end, you should hear a marked improvement in the naturalness, confidence, and native-like quality of your voice. If you want to learn rhythm, intonation, self-assurance, and emotional tone, this is the way to do it. Let's delve into the more sentimental aspects. This is the section that the majority of coaches for fluency avoid discussing. Feelings like this can be present for you. I feel silly talking to a mirror. I feel weird pretending to have a conversation. What if someone hears me? This doesn't feel real. It's okay to converse alone. Bravery is the word. To themselves, every master speaks. The problem is that you can't see them in action. Lyrics are practiced by singers alone. Bedrooms are used by actors to rehearse scenes. The speaker works on their delivery while facing a blank wall. Don't freak out.
You're quite courageous. You're reshaping your mind, your voice, and your identity in the absence of praise, encouragement, and an audience. That isn't strange.
What an admiral. Your practice is genuine all by itself. It is serious planning. Your ability to memorize your own voice improves with each solo speech. Your bravery is growing. You're preparing your brain to respond more quickly in actual situations. Your jaw doesn't drop, your voice stays steady, and your ideas don't vanish throughout a genuine conversation. You're prepared for it already. You can develop unshakable self-assurance by speaking alone. The truth is that overcoming the fear of being evaluated is the first step in speaking English confidently with anyone, wherever in the world. Even without compliments, you've practiced. Even when no one was looking, you choose to have faith in yourself. You won't learn fluency like that from a classroom. It can be substituted with no classroom. It takes place in the solitude of your room, where it is nurtured and held close to your heart. I can't practice because I'm alone. Instead, try this. I speak fluently because I practice alone. Having no practice partner is not a sign of weakness. Keeping going without one shows that you are strong. Feel free to strike up a conversation with your reflection. Dial your phone number. Construct your very own dialogues. Express how you feel. Restate your facts. Since the voice you cultivate in solitude will eventually resound in public, whether in an interview, a romantic partnership, or a dream. Step 6. Avoid seeming robotic and instead use natural language. Why do some people who are trying to improve their English seem so robotic, uncomfortable, and boring? They're not new to you. They have impeccable grammar.
they have a sophisticated vocabulary. All things considered, their pronunciation is perfect. Still, I have a strange feeling.
Since they aren't acting human, their English comes across as emotionless and unnatural. Their speech is robotic and unnatural. Give this some thought.
You've also encountered folks who aren't very articulate or who utilize simple language, but there's an emotional response when they talk. A smile, some listening, and a connection.
That is the distinction. Well, that is the point of this stage, so that you can sound emotionally fluent, authentic.
And natural, regardless of how basic your English is, in every situation. We must be forthright. Write out the laws of grammar. Excellent translation.
Plagiarism is unacceptable. Emotional expression is something that is never taught. The art of coming across as genuine. In English, how to be authentic. Learn the art of coming across as trustworthy. This is the reason why students often express thoughts such, "I feel fake when I speak." "I sound nervous, not natural. People understand me, but they don't connect with me." It's a profound and largely unspoken suffering. As far as the eye can tell, everything is in order. However, you do not feel fluent when you are on the go. Somehow, you're not at ease.
Nobody can call that fluent. There you have it. That we can correct now and for all time.
Pausing is an integral part of speaking one's native language. You show how you feel. Mood dictates the tone of your speech. Sometimes you use incomplete thoughts. When you say something like, "uh-huh," "yeah," occasionally, it makes you feel more human. Accuracy in speech is irrelevant. Speaking from the heart is key. Similarly, you need to establish your independence in English. Feeling natural in English should be your goal. The ability to convey your feelings through your speech rather than only conveying your words. This requires an air of self-assurance. To ease, casualness, clarity, and emotional vitality. To assist you in reaching that goal, we will now study 5 transformational approaches. And every single one of them will alter your perception of speaking English. First technique, don't say words one after the other. People don't talk in words. Although you've been told to memorize words, when we talk, we tend to string together words that sound good together. Chunks is the term for this. Allow me to demonstrate the distinction. Synthesized human speech, "I'll go to the store after work." Synthesized robotic speech, "I will and go to the store after I finish work." Native speakers typically use chunks when speaking. So, you want to know what I mean? It depends on the situation. I'm not really sure. Let me get back to you. To be honest. And there you have it, the actual English muscles at work. It is unnecessary to construct sentences word by word when learning English in pieces. Flow keeps going after you plug in a chunk. Listen to interviews, movies, and podcasts hosted by native speakers. Put down your vocabulary. Pay attention to the repeated phrases. Make note of those expressions. 10 to 20 times, say them aloud. Make use of them in your audio diary and mirror practice. Your voice will sound more effortless and natural as your chunk ownership increases. This is the key to avoiding coming across as robotic. You begin to sound more sincere. Second tactic, use your feelings, not your head, when you talk. Automated speakers are solely concerned with grammar. Present a flat picture. Put emotion and tone aside. When people are joyful, human speakers grin. While being serious, they should lower their voice. Whenever they have an emotion, pause. The message should be guided by emotion.
I can't believe it. The voice is flat, without interest. In human form, one might say, I can't believe it, when amazed. I can't believe it. Awful.
Gah. I can't believe it. Furious. Words remain the same, but the emotional energy and sensation are totally different. People express themselves in that way. Consider whether what you are saying is only words or a manifestation of your emotions.
Document your every move. Replay the audio. Modify the tempo, pitch, loudness, and pauses. Repetition will make it feel genuine. Emotional delivery can be trained in this way.
Your English will be praised for being lively and clear when you communicate in this manner. A soul's fluency is that. Method number 3, give up on being perfect. Link in the chase. Perhaps this will be the lesson that shapes your life the most. Flawless English fails to captivate audiences. The normal, everyday English language does. Forget about being perfect. Even native speakers make mistakes now and then. So stop worrying about being judged or making grammatical mistakes. They say, cutting off mid-sentence. They begin and stop. Since they are not striving for perfection, they continue speaking even though they forget words. Connection is their main concern. Take your time.
Be precise and be forthright. Keep looking at yourself, even in the mirror. Demonstrate using your hands. Take pauses to allow the words to fill the space.
You can keep going by saying, I don't know the word, but let me explain. This is self-assurance, not correct syntax or a large vocabulary. But the guts to keep on sounding human. Method number 4, speak in common parlance rather than formal academic language. I really enjoyed it. It was fun and helpful. Instead of, I find this experience to be quite pleasurable and beneficial, use ordinary language. Put your native language skills to use in everyday situations. Match that enthusiasm in the English language. The language is used daily by native speakers. Such passionate, assertive, and commanding expressions as, you must be kidding me. Come on. Seriously? No way. And that's awesome are brimming with life. Pick up a new one every day. Recite it. Go ahead and use it. Embrace it. This is the secret ingredient to making your English real, not stuffy. Method 5. Harmonize your spoken and nonverbal cues. Your mouth is only one part of your spoken language. All of your senses, sight, expression, posture, and breathing are involved. If you're physically tense and rigid, it will show in your English. A strong, assured, and fluent voice is the result of physical movement, an open chest, and deep breathing. That is why leaders, actors, and public speakers should work on their bodies as well as their speeches. Be confident. Use your hands to express yourself. Smile when it's appropriate. And remember to breathe while you speak. Here is how you fully immerse yourself in the English language. No one pays attention to the grammar you use. What sticks in their minds is the way you conveyed confidence, the clarity of your speech, and the authenticity of your voice. Thus, come out from behind your textbooks. Give up on striving for perfection. Get down to business when speaking English. Listen to the world react when you speak with genuine feelings, tone, rhythm, and soul. For the simple reason that when you sound human, others will too. You can't learn fluency. You transform into that person. An emotionally invested speaker is no longer waiting for approval. They are patient with themselves. Have the courage to speak poorly.
are consistent even when unmotivated, and have a strong connection to the language.
Make a pact with yourself in 2026. I will not quit English because of fear. I will not quit because of mistakes.
I will stay and I will become fluent. If you keep at it, one day you'll speak English naturally, even without realizing it. It was never forced. Rather,
It was an inherent part of who you are.